med kit.
What is going on, guys? Nine Toes here, and I'm bringing a little gameplay commentary for you guys. A little something I haven't done in I want to say actually quite some time. As a matter of fact, I want to say the last time I actually did a gameplay commentary was in Bad Company 2, and that was probably about 2 years ago. So here I'm playing with the Battle Chatter guys, and Battle Chatter is a community website and blog and podcast run by Rumpo and Viper. Rumpo, I'm about to introduce you right now. And and their good buddy Crashrider, who happens to work for Mechanix Gloves and runs a little event. I think it's a promotional thing, as a matter of fact, for the company called Tags for Gloves. Gloves for Tags? Gloves for Tags. Okay, my mistake. In which, if you take his tags, Crashriders, he'll send you a pair of gloves. So here I come up with a quick double and the revive. Get up, bro, cookie. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like I said, maybe it's a promotional thing, but I know Mechanix Wear Gloves have been featured in the latest Warfighter, Medal of Honor Warfighter, more specifically. So, actually, kind of exciting if you really think about it. As a matter of fact, to have a product that's not like a Pepsi or something like that, featured in a game, where you're going to get a lot of people to, of course, check it out. But at any rate, let's get back into this. We got reports here from the randoms that have joined me here on Delta, that we got guys up here, so I decided to check out their story. There's Rumpo again, being a mobile spawn point. I probably was just frustrating the living shit out of these guys. But here I'm running support, playing with the M16A3, the MP443 Tactical was my sidearm, using the medic pack, so not using any 320s or any stupid silly thing like that. But anyways, like I said before, a couple randoms joined me, so I've got comms with actually one of them, and we decided to skip on Alpha to go directly to Charlie. And before that, we both noticed, of course, there was somebody here kind of lurking around. He's taken out with a random nade. So I go back and take Charlie. That was kind of the ideas. Well, Charlie number one, first and foremost, because we're both assault. We have nothing to do with tanks. So we figured here, especially in the corner that I'm at, there's no tank going to even get even close to me. The only real threat I have is guys that are spawning upstairs to my left, directly ahead of me, or flank around in the tunnel to my right. Well, so I mean, there's of course plenty of a little flanking action going on if that was to happen. That's actually something I'm kind of really more known for, as a matter of fact, myself. So, but at any rate, we go ahead and wrap up Charlie. And this originally kind of started out a little slow, a little boring, a little slow. It started off as a 4 versus 4. Later on, towards the end, I think we ended up at 7 versus 6, with us having the one extra guy. But it wasn't even the fact that we had the one extra guy that even kind of made a difference as far as a win or a loss. It's obviously you got to control the flags, and that's the purpose of any, of course, game of Conquest. And here's something. Me and this guy here, Mr. Taz here, we were just at it all night long. I tried to, of course, front stab that gentleman, but it failed. So I'm going to skip through, of course, the deaths, because no one really wants to, see the, of course, the respawns and the kill cams. But, and I wish that this gentleman would have told me that there was crashrider right here in the, right in front of me, because I was so suppressed I couldn't see shit. I couldn't take him out to save, either one of our asses. So, anyways, well, Rambo revive, and we both ended up basically getting shot up. So I figured here I'll join our other random squad member and in his tank, and figure we'll take Delta. At the very least, you're going to see one or two things happen. You're going to see a bunch of little support guys running towards us with C4, or you're going to see some engineer guys just randomly firing rockets at us. So since we didn't see either, we figured we're pretty safe, here at Delta, kind of keeping a mindful eye of, what we're losing, what we're gaining, and just kind of keeping the momentum going, if you will. And again, I mean, naturally, again, it wasn't the super sexiest gameplay, you know, if you will, only because it kind of started off a little slow with not a whole lot of guys. But as we turned this corner, I knew someone was kind of in that back alley. The random's taking care of the tank, the opposing tank. I saw the dead guy there, knew someone was there, light this gentleman up. And don't turn your back on me, brah. Nom, 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 nom. Nice sandwich. Come in for the revive. And, you know, again, the idea, if anything, is I always try to work the flank. I always try to, you know, think of, you know, the enemy is got to be, of course, kind of hanging out somewhere. Knowing fully well that they've got alpha. There's two obviously right in front of us. They're probably going, oh shit, tank. So I'm going to hit in this scenario. I'm going to go right for Charlie because the tank is on obviously on alpha. So here I'm thinking I got an easy dog tag kill. No, knives fail. So almost lose on the pistol. Here I lost ground on my footing. So I'm turned around. I thought right there I'm dead. And in actuality, boom, you know, about a second later, I was in reality dead. So Mr. Taz finally gets me with obviously his 249 spray. Can't revive that gentleman. And once again, I just fall off those stairs. Just absolutely ridiculous. But come up with a double spray as this gentleman obviously spawned on his squad mate. Sorry about that, bro. But is what it is. And, you know, again, my style has always been, if anything, if you guys have actually played with me, I'm fairly aggressive, and to the point where I'm actually I'm like the Flavor Flav, if you will, of the squad, as crashrider and I exchange pistol whips for small to the head. And what I meant by, of course, you know, being more of a distraction is, you know, I'm a guy that just, I'll take the claymore. I'm the guy that I'll end up basically taking the small to the face, or, you know, what have you, because I run in and I'm not the most tactical player ever. I'll completely admit that, as I couldn't get my shots here in Rumpo, but got at least the grenade on him. So I told this gentleman as he spawns on me, as a matter of fact, that hey, there's a guy. I know that there's somebody there, and he just runs in. That's usually me. I'm the one who usually runs in, but if it wasn't for the fact that my health was so low. So get that gentleman obviously from behind. Taz once again, just, I mean, you know, was probably pissed at the fact that, you know, I just kept nailing him over and over again. But 1 of 3 locations here on Bravo Flag where you can spawn in, this corner being one of them, and this is where I usually kind of keep my focus on. If not at the end of that alley, or at the end of this alley that I'm facing right now to the right. And yeah, sure enough, there's a couple of them. So there's Rumpo once again, and here I knew I was in trouble. I ran at this point, since I know my health is completely depleted, and any little thing, if I get a bee sting, I'll die. So I figured I'd run, flank anybody that's around. But, you know, of course, the random and our squad guy ends up basically cleaning up with whatever mess was left behind. So we're clear, and I can at least heal up a little bit and put a little you know, band-aid on my wounds, and move on to fight another day. At this point, we've got everything capped. So here's kind of the idea. If you remember, obviously, you know, if we're 4-on-4 or 5-on-5, there's not a whole lot of us once again as we're getting this server started. But I figured a couple of things. It's no fun if we keep driving them back into their spawn, because then it becomes boring. Everyone starts sniping, and that's just when, you know, shit gets really boring. But I'm gonna keep an eye on this back bridge here in case anyone swims across or just crosses that bridge into Bravo, trying to pick off whoever's repairing that tank, as I heard that you know, the tank was sounded as if it was disabled. So I figured I'd go ahead and again, I don't know why I couldn't get shots on them, but they could easily get shots on me. Just couldn't figure it out. But, you know, welcome to Battlefield, is what it is. Figure if I spawn back on Alpha, I can't do nothing about the tank, but what I can do is maybe pick off anyone that is repairing their tank, because at this point, this is kind of going to be their salvation. But as you can see on your screen, obviously someone's already taken Bravo, as I'm behind Rumpo. Swipe 1, and swipe 2 fail. I knew he was back here somewhere, so a little ring around the posy. But I'm going to come in for a 3rd swipe, fail. But as I try to get out of my knife animation, he gives me a quick little headshot with his Rex. Is what it is. But yeah, I almost had you. I ended up getting Rumpo, I think, in another round or two after this, as a matter of fact. But good times, without a doubt. And just to kind of recap once again, Rumpo and Viper run Battle Chatter. .com, which happens to once again be online community site, as well as they have a podcast, excellent podcast, by the way. I gotta definitely put that out there. But they're also the newest admins for Pixel Enemy Revive, so they'll be picking up the channel, the YouTube channel as well too. Which actually is pretty exciting to me, because I've always been a huge fan of Pixel Enemy Revive. It's where I had, if anything, kind of, first got my first, I guess you could say, start, with commentating and what have you, with YouTube. I know a lot of you guys have been around since, of course, I submitted those gameplays back in those days. And many more of you, of course, have got to, stumble across me as time progressed, as I figured I'm going to just shoot this gentleman. It's not even worth trying to even get, his sandwich. Because, of course, there's just been way too many knife fails in this game. But getting back to Pixel Enemy Revive, they took a little, I guess you could say, sabbatical, and Rumpo and Viper are going to basically kind of pick up the pieces, if you will, and hopefully revive it back into life. As I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely hate this corner. It's like standing on frickin' crunchy peanut butter. I can't get a solid footing. I can't shoot anything back there. And even if I think I've got a headshot on the guy, it's no. Yeah, the game decides, otherwise. I hit, a piece of rubble or something. So it's easier to just basically toss a nade, or if you got a 320 or an RPG, just basically rubble kill somebody. It's I'll never understand why. I just, the things in this game that basically get in your way, or you can't get a solid footing on anything, it seems. But as I go ahead and pick up some ammo here, this is an enemy ammo pack, because as you can see on the map there, it doesn't show up as a friendly ammo pack. So I'm just going to use an enemy ammo pack to resupply myself real quickly, pick up a couple of extra rounds, because earlier I was completely out of ammo. I only had like 7 rounds on my clip, and that was it. I'm not taking alphas, as you'll notice. So I knew immediately I'm in trouble. I'm trying to call someone to help me out, as Taz quickly just takes me out with this 249 not small. But is what it is. Come back for the Rambo revive here on Charlie, and I get immediately taken out. Did not know that there was anyone even near me, but fellow Blue ends up picking me up. Thank you for that. Obviously sees there's some trouble here, but here's Rumpo kind of lurking in the corners, and I couldn't see. When you can't see and you're suppressed, your rounds don't go straight. So it kind of is what it is. See that gentleman in there, but instead, yeah, that happens. It is what it is. But I'll come in and obviously get a quick little 2-piece, thinking that that gentleman is still in there, cleared, but can't revive this guy. Again, it's just incredible to me. It's just this game sometimes just cracks me up with. When and if you even can revive. But I ended up picking up that gentleman, even though it kind of felt as if I didn't. But this little corridor is always good for a couple nade kills. Hoping for, of course, a squad to be in there. Maybe I can get myself a little Rambo kill. At this point, we've got Alpha. And this gentleman kind of lurking in the background, and this guy back here as well too. As I'm trying to reload, but my friendly behind me helps me out with that. But as we got Alpha and Bravo to obviously contend with, we're at this moment we're infiltrating, if you will, Alpha, but we're losing Charlie. So once again, it's a scenario where we can easily turn around and obviously get into behind him on Charlie and flank him a little bit. But we got an issue obviously here where I just can't seem to get my shots on. But our squad guy ends up taking him out with a knife. Again, another, as you can see there, paddle fail, where I don't know why I got into the knife animation, but instead, there's the paddles there. 2 gentlemen across the street are going to obviously spawn into there, because we haven't yet, taken the flag, as you can, see before you. But there's one. Take that gentleman out, and I get a good majority of this guy right here. I just can't finish him off when I get the assist. So finishing off Alpha here, obviously for the cap. They've got, solidly Charlie in tow. Now we just come in, obviously to try to take it away. I'm hanging out because I can hear the audio cues that someone's near, so I'm going to hang out, obviously resupply myself, and take that gentleman out for the purpose of reviving this guy nice and sound and clear. so there's no issues obviously with anyone obviously coming from behind. But now they got their tank coming up. Here's another instance. Can't pick you up, bro. What's going on? I'll obviously just do a quick little 180 revive there. It's just incredible to me sometimes how this game just works. But once again, tank obviously at alpha, I've got nothing for it other than a middle finger and a dirty look. That's about all I can really give you. But at this point, I know that Charlie is already been capped. Got two ways from this angle to try to take it out. And I'm really surprised at this. Once again, that since Alpha is still blinking, that they got their tank here in this corner, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm in trouble. So I'm of course telling my random here on the comm, hey, I'm kind of cornered. Take that gentleman out. Once again, Taz, Jesus, come on, bro. I mean, that dude, him and I, all night long, just... At any rate, so, I don't know if you caught it, but, in the mini-map, the random obviously gets into our tank, and so obviously starts to put down some, fire on that tank, as I'm using this movie poster thing as a shield, as I kind of lurk here in Charlie. Now, I could have easily, plonk down a med pack and, try to help, pick off these guys with the RPGs, these engineers that are just, tossing our RPGs and what have you. But my thought process was, if I hang out in this corner here, I'm at least attempting to take the flag. And I know that at this point there's two that or more on the flag because I'm losing it. And I can hear even surrounding me that there's obviously guys behind me. So, but I again know that there's guys also back there fighting. So I'm kind of keeping an eye for what's going on back there. See that one of our own is down. Pick him up. And I just couldn't get my shots on. So, and there's Taz once again. I could not obviously get my reticle down, sight in that particular instance. But anyways, got revived and lived to fight another day. And once again, we've got Alpha basically, on the deficit. We got to, of course, see what's going on here with Charlie. Charlie actually was completely dropped, so no one was even taking it. It was completely neutral. But we knew that they were going to be, of course, coming in. We can hear the audio cues all around us. As a matter of fact, there was someone near. So, Taz once again. And at this point, I'm mostly just lurking and just frustrating these guys, and just trying to play kind of a little more of a support role, not class, but support role. By kind of spotting and keeping an eye out for these guys. But I found that I was actually almost considering taking that guy's kit and just running with it, if you will. But I think I in this particular instance I'd be a little more useful if I was just continuing to run as an assault. As now good buddy of mine Dizzy Aaron decides to join us. So again towards the end of the round, I think we ended up picking up just a couple more people. So maybe the pace picked up a little bit. So, but again, it was just fun times, between ourselves and the Battle Chatter guys. As a matter of fact, really excited, obviously, for the stuff that they've been working on, and actually kind of happy that I could even supply them with a little bit of gameplay. As a matter of fact, on Rush, Sharkey Peninsula, which we'll probably see very shortly in the next couple of weeks. As a matter of fact, as they revive Pixel Enemy Revive, and Rumpo here. Hi, Rumpo. Will be, as a matter of fact, putting together that gameplay with his own to do either kind of like a dual, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like a, from a different perspective, so like a dual or triple perspective video, as a matter of fact, on the gameplay, because we were on the same team in that case, as opposed to opposing one another. And again, I always... It's not as if I'm any kind of an animal or a beast or anything. I'm not doing anything any extra normal or what have you. I just, it's timing, guys. If anything, it's since I flank a lot, I'm known for, of course, taking a lot of dog tags, for doing so. But at any rate, had a great time, playing with these guys. I look forward, obviously, to anything that they put out, and hope you enjoyed. And well, got a little extra clip for you guys, and we'll see you around the battlefield. Take care.